Wow, guys. Schadenfreude before we get into the record review. So just to keep this short and sweet, I was talking to Danny K on DM. Never met him in person, but we become friends through this great hobby and social media. One of the reasons why I've spent some of the money that I've spent based on his reviews. But it was interesting. I said, wow, there's a lot of schadenfreude in the last video that I did. I love this hobby. I love this community, but man, these people can be like really rude. Not that it offends me, it shocks me because what I notice is in other hobbies, it's just expected not to count other people's money. Why would anybody care what something costs? Why would people put statements like, you're a very wealthy man. You know what I am? No, you don't. You have no idea. Wealthy, not wealthy. I could be broke and this could all be on credit cards. You have no idea. Could I purchase an $8 copy of Abraxas? Well, I have. Do I have the MoFi Abraxas Gold CD? I do. Do I have a CD player with a nice DAC that's 20 years old? A Resolution Audio Opus. I just checked the shipping on the CD player. It's never given me 1 ounce of trouble. Knock on wood. 2004, it's 2024. So, if you're into a hobby, and it's a high-end luxury hobby, what something is worth is what the joy it brings to you. Keep in mind, I'm not going to do a video for at least a week because I'm getting on a plane to go meet my clients and my business associates in Las Vegas for week 1 of the NFL. Now, the interesting thing about money is seeing the side that I live in, which is the side of high-stakes gambling. Money means different things to different people. For instance, I have clients that wager $50,000, $100,000 on every NFL football game every single Sunday for the entire season. I say, man, you should have a nice hi-fi system at your house. Oh, I don't want to waste that money. It's not his thing. It doesn't get him off. It doesn't hit his dopamine centers. Who am I to judge him? Would you say that guy's a nutball? No, it's all relative to his finances and what he can do. So there's an assumption. If you're in a hobby, like collecting watches, which I'm not in that hobby anymore, I was, or you're in a hobby like collecting pens, which I do like my pens, they're worth what you deem them valuable. Now, for someone that's not a seller of things, but only a purchaser of things, I don't want to use the word hoarder. I'm not a hoarder. But I've never sold an album. When I purchased the Santana album, I purchased it knowing that I was paying a $750 premium. The thing was $250 brand new. So I paid $1,000. Big whoopee whoop. Do you know what got me off on this purchase? A, I already heard it and I enjoyed it. B, I enjoyed it more than all the other versions that I have, including the gold MoFi. Is that the negotiation process with the owner of this started at $2,800, and I was very patient. There was no FOMO. Back and forth for a year plus till I got him down to $1,000. The guy has on Discogs right now the Led Zeppelin Classic Records 45 RPM jet case. That'll be the next thing to work on him on. But anyway, I wanted to get to the point that schadenfreude shouldn't make you happy. If you're always counting other people's stuff in terms of money, I mean, I watched Jay's Audio Lab. Man, I love that. I never say, look how much that is. Did you see the video? My buddy's system with the dart seals? The guy wants to spend his money on it's his money. He can do whatever he wants. There's no judgment. If you can't afford high-end products and you're living vicariously through in all of these videos, Mikey OCD, Jay's Audio Lab, Analog Planet with Mike Fremer, the Omas channel where he shows all his stuff, you should just enjoy it. When I go and I fly to Chicago every year from Baltimore, Maryland, I'm not going to buy anything. I just enjoy listening, looking, and observing. and being surrounded with people that are in the same hobby. Now, I am lucky that I'm in Baltimore, Maryland. It takes me 40 minutes to just get in the car and run over to Capitol Audio Fest. But again, I enjoy that too. So I would say is that if you're into any hobby that other people will say is illogical or a waste of money, coming from the world that I live in, money means absolutely nothing. It's what it means to you. I know some people that will bet $50,000 on a game and not even blink, and would never buy a pair of $800 speakers, would say that's too much money. Now, with that being said, let me put these overpriced Monte Grappa and Omas pens down. One is a fountain ball, one is a roller ball, but that's a whole other story. Let's talk about why I picked the Bitches Brew. The Bitches Brew I picked because it is the same artist as on the cover of Santana, Abraxas, and Jackie McLean, Demon's Dance. And the card that comes with it when you purchase the one step is Mati, M-A-T-I, Clarwin, K-L-A-R-W-I-N, art, MattyClarwinArt.com. And he is the artist, so I figured I'd let the art lead the review. So let's talk about this. This is from the Electric Years, I should have had this out here, set. The Miles Davis Electric Years set from VMP. And this is the original master recording. The original master recording, well, let's talk about this one first. Obviously, this is newly pressed. Dark background, no pops, very quiet. Nice sound stage listening to it on its own. Nice separation of all the instruments listening to it on its own, and very loud at lower levels. Now, when I turn this on, when I put this on, because they're both 33 and a third, when I put this on, this had clicks and pops, did not have a dark background, which is something very interesting, had a lot of air, was lower in gain, but the soundstage was at least 6 feet wider. What I would say is this sounds great if you don't have this and you're not a critical listener, because somebody made a mention in the comments, yes, I've been critically listening as long as I've been in this hobby. It's part of the fun of the hobby, right? Comparing stuff. This sounds like a CD on vinyl. That's the best way I could explain it. Sounds okay. Sounds like a CD on vinyl. This sounds like an album on vinyl with all its imperfections that I love. The airiness, the non-quiet background, the larger sound stage, the pops and the clicks. Hands down, the MoFi. This is serial number 19001961. I don't know when this was produced. Had nothing wrong with this, but definitely this wins the battle, regardless of whether it came from a rip file or whatever with the whole one-step nonsense. But I will definitely say that having both of them, because I love this album, I'm going to basically always default to this, and it's not a 33 and a third 45 RPM issue. With that being said, I'm going to be gone. I hope you enjoy NFL Week 1 if you're someone that partakes in just watching it as a fan, or if you're a gambler. But nonetheless, regarding this hobby, I will also say, somebody made a comment, the system sounds horrible, what a waste of money, no acoustic paneling. And I laughed because on this wall here, not that I care, again, back to Schadenfreude, this is actually an acoustic paneling. These are rugs from an artist that I purchased. They're rugs. And then these are acoustic panels that were custom made to the dimensions of my sliding glass door windows. So when I listen, I cover the windows. And when I'm not listening, I take the panels and I move them, and the entire wall of glass comes out. So there you go. I do want to do the ceiling. Haven't gotten there yet. And in terms of upgrades, like I said, I've had the amplifier since 2016, the speaker since 2016. the CD player since 2004. The only thing that's really new, courtesy of Jose at drvinyl.net, is the turntable and the DS audio cartridge. We'll get into another video about cable in the future. I just saw Jay's Audio Lab and I enjoyed it. I enjoy all the videos because I'm insane. You think this hobby's crazy? You should check out the espresso coffee game hobby. You should check out the the cycling hobby with the custom-made bicycles, which I am an owner of one, Dario Pegoretti, currently, and a Richard Sachs on the way, if you're a cyclist. So, again, who cares what something costs? If you're into it, you're into it. Hope you enjoyed this little comparison of Bitch's Brew. And when it comes to the comments, don't be a schadenfreude bitch. Have a good day.